they farmed the land to avoid conscription into the military because the Ottoman had
Yes, they sold
changed,
their land. Exactly. Exactly. They
right?
sold their land to the absentee landlords in Damascus and Beirut. They did not want to go to conscribe to the Ottomans, so they sold the land. Thank you for knowing this.
Hey, apartheid Avi, my friend. Hey.
Apartheid?
Well, as you say, you
No,
want
the
a
problem
system.
is it's
You want
gonna
a
be.
system where the Palestinians are citizens, but they can't vote, right? That's what you said,
I
right?
wanted to do like a monarchy or something like the Middle East. Not the
You
not the
want
not
Israel to
not
be
not the not the democracy. Yes, we're gonna move democracy because it doesn't make sense. How are you doing, my couple friend?
what?
How are you doing, my couple friend? I'm gonna give you the couple friend.
Capo friend?
Yeah,
Like a capo in concentration camp?
yeah. You can think whatever you want.
That's really mean, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. And did I hurt your feelings?
No, I mean, if I was
Okay.
more Jewish identified, yes, but I don't think of myself that Jewish, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings.
But
you
you
know?
are Jewish, right? Like,
Just
background.
father's father doesn't count, you know.
Ah,
Yeah,
good.
sorry.
Good.
Them's the
Good. We don't need you.
breaks.
So no, it's good. Good.
Them's the
Good.
breaks. But it would be a very cruel insult, you know. Like historically, it's
If
like
someone
what
is a couple, is a couple. I'm not gonna hide this.
someone is
The
a
Jews
capo.
who are against the Israeli country and against us having our own holy place to protect ourselves, he's a couple, especially if he's a Jewish. Yeah.
It's so weird because it's like weren't the capos the ones rounding up the Jews into one place?
Sure.
And I'm the one that's saying I don't want the Jews rounded up into one place. I want
Are
the
they
Jews
rounded?
all.
Are the Jews rounded up to one place?
I want the Jews all over the world. Do you want the Jews all
We
over the
are all
world?
over the world, but you know
Do you
what? The
want them?
funny,
Do you
you
want
know the
them all
funny
over the
thing.
world? Would you rather they be all over
If
the
they want
world?
to live
Or
somewhere else, they can obviously live. But I want this country.
I'm asking a simple
But
question.
I
Would you
already
rather the Jews?
answered it. I said if they want to live somewhere else, they can.
What
But
do you want?
I want them
Ask
to
me
have
what
a
you want.
country to come to in case they will be persecuted.
I'm asking, would you rather the Jews live all over the world, not persecuted?
I
Or if they
rather
are
that
persecuted, that they live
everybody will live wherever they want.
perfect? Then you and I are in agreement. Everybody should live where they want.
Amazing. The Palestinians can go out, okay?
Oh, so everybody with an asterisk, right?
No, I'm talking specifically the Palestinians who don't
Oh,
want to live
everybody can
peacefully
live.
with
Everybody
us.
can live where they want, except one group of people that we decided they can't.
Yeah,
live
because
where
they've been murdering us for over 100 years. So yes, they can
you
themselves.
guys have been murdering them at much higher numbers.
Who
for 100
started? I don't.
years.
Oh, now it's a numbers game.
Who's
Tell me,
it?
who initiated the attacks on the Jews?
Who initiated the attacks on the
Yeah,
Jews?
please, let's talk about history.
You're saying if a people show up and say we're going to take over your land, they're the defenders.
They did not say that they were going to take over the land, and
They
it wasn't their land. When was it the
certainly-
Palestinian land?
They certainly did.
When was it a Palestinian land?
You don't know. I mean, you can define that whatever you want, but there was a person there, and that person no longer could live there. Now,
Did
was
the
it
person?
theirs?
Oh wait,
Was
no,
it
no, no,
theirs?
no. That person could
were
not
siding
even.
with the
That
lords
person
over the
could not
peasants?
live there because that person
You like
started a
lords,
war.
but not the peasants.
Because that person started a war. Don't start a war and come crying and bitching when you're getting kicked out or getting removed from the land.
What do you mean they started a war? A nation was declared in their land by foreigners.
It's not according to what is land. How much percentage? How much percentage do they own of that land?
Of Israel? How much percentage they own of
Yes.
Israel when it was declared in
1947?
I think they owned more than the Jews. I can look it up, but I think they own about
Yes, they did own more than the Jews. How much did they own?
30%, maybe
12.
30%. Well, let's look this up, dude.
Go ahead. Look it up. Look it up.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, I know you're not sure.
Well, but you know, like
so I just wondering, like the Arabs who sold us the land because we came legally, we bought the land legally, and even then you have a problem with us.
Even then, I have a problem with it. Yeah,
an anti-Semite. Like
I'll tell you the
anti-Semite for you guys.
The first Aliyah is probably the only one I don't have that much problem with. I mean, I don't like it because landlords are evicting peasants, like tenant farmers, right? Like
they
tenant farmer is not just like a person living in an apartment. Right, a tenant farmer is somebody who has worked the land for generations.
It happens.
Right? So,
it happens. What do you want it to do? Okay.
I want you to side with the people that are victims.
No, they're not victims. They can go and work somewhere else.
They obviously
were they kicked out from their house?
They were kicked out from where they lived.
Yes. Oh wait, was it their house?
That's what I'm saying. I'm asking you to side with people who worked land for the profit of a landlord.
If I work somewhere, and someone is buying that company, or that
Not
house?
company, dude. Tenant farmer. Let's not listen. It's not a
Brother, if
person
I'm
living in an
farming
apartment,
someone, if
and it's
I'm
not a
farming,
person who
if
has a
I'm
job.
farming
It's
someone
neither of those
else's
two
land,
things.
did they farm the land for free? Why did they
No,
farm the land?
they farmed the land to avoid conscription into the military because the Ottoman had
Yes, they sold
changed,
their land. Exactly. Exactly. They
right?
sold their land to the absentee landlords in Damascus and Beirut. They did not want to go to conscribe to the Ottomans, so they sold the land. Thank you for
And
knowing this.
that's
And they
right. So,
also didn't want to pay taxes. So
so
sorry to say,
they
I'm sorry
deserve
to.
what happened to they deserve what
They
happened
did.
to them.
Well, they sold their land and their houses. Someone else came and bought that land
They didn't
and
sell
that house and
that
decided
idea
to
of
do something
ownership.
else with that
That idea
land and
that
that
idea of
house.
ownership,
So
you know,
yes, they
that
can
idea
move.
of ownership was a modern idea that was imposed on them, and to fit into that bureaucracy that was imposed on them,
I
they had to make
imposed,
certain
imposed,
concessions.
imposed, 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 imposed.
You think that they had deeds before? Do they have deeds to their land?
I'm not sure if they
When
had
they
deeds.
sold their land
They
to the
owned the
Ottomans, they
land.
have
I don't know
deeds?
if they had deeds. I can search
They
it up, but
they didn't have deeds, dude. All this was an informal system. All they knew is that their parents and their parents and their parents and their parents all had worked that land. That's all they knew, and they wanted to stay there, right? So they find a mechanism to stay there, and it works until a rich French Jew decides to buy them out and move a bunch of shtetl dwellers from the Pale of Settlement in because he's got a vision of a future state of the Jewish return to Israel. I think it's a little up that those people, those tenant farmers, end up victimized by a bunch of faraway people making grand plans for a land that they've never been to. That's just simple.
You know what the
Simple
funny thing
feeling.
is? You know where we bought majority of the land?
Where in
Where
the
the Palestinians didn't
Galilee,
want to live. Where everything was ridden with malaria.
the majority of the land,
Yeah.
maybe in terms of numbers, but maybe not in terms of value. Right? They were able to buy a lot of that land because it was valueless, but they certainly bought a lot of land that was very valuable as
Sure.
well.
Okay, so
Right?
some
Like
of it was valuable, but a lot of it was not valuable. A lot of it was like I can show you. I can show you this one
You
second.
know me, dude.
Actually,
I'm not here to shit on the Israeli
actually,
achievements of like, being able to like rid malarial swamps. All I'm saying is that if the vision was really for a shared state with two people living there, they would celebrate Arabs living in the malarial
maybe
swamps.
it could have been
But they
shared
didn't
state
celebrate
if,
the
but
Arabs
maybe it
living
was,
in the
could have been
same
shared
malarial
state. But
swamp.
when
They
they actually
created
started to cultivate the land and they had cattle and they asked actually it was the Falahim, I forgot their name, the Arabs actually guards to save their land and to save their cattle. What did they do? Those Arabs, they actually went against the Jews and they actually got rich and they actually sold their stocks overnight. You can look it up, by the way. That's the reason the Hashomer, 1908, that's the first protection for their cattle and everything in those kibbutzim, in those settlements, actually began, called Hashomer. It's not
a
because the Jews.
kibbutzim that was. I'm sorry, I don't understand the story that you're telling me. This kibbutzim hired some Arab villages, some Falahin, to protect their cattle, and
Yeah,
the Falahin
and
stole the cattle.
yeah, they betrayed them.
Okay, so you want me to say what? Bad Falahin? Bad Falahin.
It was happening multiple times. So they needed a new organization, a Jewish organization, because the Jews will not betray their own. So,
Oh,
and
you're
then you
trying
had
to
that,
justify
and
Jewish
then
labor, is what you're trying to explain why the
Avodah
kibbutzim
Ivrit,
became
Avodah
Jewish
Ivrit. It's
labor.
Ivrit, guys. It's Ivrit. Sorry, I have this. I don't know if you saw the debate, but the Ivrit guy is just stuck in my head.
I don't know what debate.
You don't know him. It's okay. It's okay. You
Ivrit
actually
is
kind of
labor, right?
remind him with the way you debate and the way you look. Actually, the Avodah Ivrit guy is just. But never mind.
Who is it? Somebody on here?
You know Nick Matau.
I've now learned about who he is.
Go look him verse 1 versus 10 and someone debating him and explain that Ivrit is not Hebrew. Very
He was
very
saying the idea of Jewish labor was somehow
no, he was talking about specifically on Ivrit. He was not talking about Jewish labor.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Jewish labor. What's wrong with Jewish labor?
I think the idea of going somewhere foreign and excluding the local population.
Foreign? Is this land not? Wait, where are the Jews from?
Listen here, man. Like
no, wait. No.
Let's say
where are Jews from?
Let's say it's not my father's father. Let's say it's my mother's mother who's Jewish, right? So I am Jewish now.
My question to you: where are the Jews from?
If I go to Israel, it's foreign to me. You get that, right? I'd be in a
Where are the Jews from?
Ancestrally, the Jewish people. It's complicated.
It's complicated. Brother, I'm not your ex and we separated right now when you're saying it's complicated. Where are the Jews from? Don't lie right now.
It's complicated because then we have to say, what are Jews? I mean, it's just like, I'm not here to deny
fucking
from
wall.
that land, dude. All I'm trying to say is that like these questions are not so simply answered, like they require a little bit of nuance. And like part of it is recognizing that the way Jewish identity works is unlike how a lot of ethnic identities work, right? It's like a person doesn't have to have, they can have
Brother, the Jews are from this land. We had the Israeli kingdom, and then we have the tribe, and the Jews are basically from the tribe of Judea. What's your point right now?
Wait, what do you mean? Like, weren't they promised the land of Canaan? Like, weren't they promised like Moses
Sure.
wasn't? So where do they come from before
You talk
that?
about Moses when they talk
Yeah.
about Moses.
Yeah, Moses.
They are Hebrews. You're talking about where they were from. They were
So
in
where were the
Egypt as
Hebrews
slaves.
from?
The Abraham came from
So
Syria
go
or
back to
yeah, sure.
go
What's
back
your
to
point?
go back to Mesopotamia, right?
Go back to Mesopotamia.
I
But
mean,
we did not have a kingdom there.
I think it's an insane
Wait.
idea.
So whose land is it? The Canaanites?
Listen, I think.
Wait. No. Stop.
I'll do you, but
Stop.
then you're gonna let me make my point.
I'll go. You know what? No. I'll talk to you. I'll go to Ur. I'll take all the Hebrews with me to Ur. Are you taking all the Arabs back to Saudi?
Wait, say again. Are we?
I'll take all the Jews to Ur. Are you taking all the Arabs back to Saudi?
You mean the ethnic Arab, the racial Arabs?
All the Arabs. All the Arabs.
No, because Arab is a culture, right? So are you counting the people that are like Hispanic, right? If you say Hispanic, you're gonna take them all back. Some Hispanics.
Anyone who's calling themselves an Arab because they're actually invaded a lot of the countries, right?
The Arabs invaded a lot of countries. I mean,
yeah, 12 countries basically.
They conquered and created.
What about the Americans? Are Americans going back to Europe?
But hold up.
Wait. Are Americans going back to Europe?
Some Americans are going back to Europe. Yeah,
it's predominantly the majority of them.
Wait, what do you mean the majority of what?
Majority of Americans are not from Northern America. They're from Europe.
100%.
Amazing. Yeah. So are they going back to Europe?
Some are. I just told you.
Okay, so when you all go back to Europe, I'll consider going to Ur, okay? Deal? Is that the deal?
Wait a minute. But those Europeans don't come from there either. They're Indo-Iranian peoples.
So they can go to Iran.
Fair. They have to go, yeah. So then,
okay.
Once everybody's reconstituted,
once everybody going back, all the blacks in America is going back to Africa. All the blacks in America, all the blacks in America are going back to Africa.
You have to rewind the clock, so now everybody has to rewind the clock.
Israel you want me to rewind my clock? You want that's what you're saying. Rewind the clock. You're not from Judea. Rewind the clock.
Yeah. But the only reason that I have to even make that argument is because you guys use that as the excuse why you get to go back to the land of Israel. So I say, if it's about rewinding the clock, then why don't we keep rewinding the clock?
Because our actually ethnic
the arbitrary moment where the clock rewinds.
Our ethnic identity started from actually specifically we're trying to compile from Judea, but when we had a kingdom here, the Canaanites are gone. There are no Canaanites today. There are no descendants of the Canaanites today. They're gone.
I mean, some Jews are descendants of Canaanites.
They're not.
Of course they are.
They're not.
Of course they are.
Who are the descendants?
17 people ended up being descendants of the Canaanites. Like that's not something to be disputed. They didn't hold on to their Canaanite culture, which I know is like apparently the criteria for how people get a country. Like whoopsie doopsie, should have known that when you let go of your culture.
Where are the Canaanites? Where are the Canaanites? Where are the Canaanites from?
Good question. Where are the Canaanites from?
You know Shem, Ham, and Yefet?
You mean biblical stuff?
Yeah, of course. But that's what we're going for. We're going for biblical stuff.
No, biblical stuff
they came from Ham.
I'll do archaeology.
Ham. I don't care. Ham, the descendant of Ham are Canaanites. The descendant of Shem. The descendant of Shem is us. So we're not.
Stuff. You believe in that stuff? I thought you didn't. I thought you were like.
I'm agnostic, but if you want to go back to understand the who was here, because you can't prove it otherwise. You can't prove it otherwise. You can't prove it otherwise.
All these people are myths, right? You understand? Like the only real starting
like Palestine. I know it's all a myth. It's Narnia right now.
That's right. So if it's all a myth, and
Palestine, where's the word Palestine from?
The Europeans. Constructs are mythical.
Brother, Palestine are invaders. Palestinians are invaders. Now, they are colonizers.
I'm still waiting to make my one point from like way back when. Just my one point. Okay, my father's father was a Jew. Let's pretend that it's my mother's mother that is a Jew, right? My mother's mother, and let's pretend I got bar mitzvahed. I'm observant and all that stuff. I am an observant Jew. If I show up in Israel today, it's foreign to me. You understand that, right? It would be
I don't care. It's foreign to you. What's your point?
That's it.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. The Jews have been persecuted and massacred throughout history in the entire world. You can all of you all of you with that point of view, you can all fuck yourself. You can all, one by one, you can all go fuck yourself when we have finally a country who will fight for the people who are in it. Nobody protected us.
All countries.
In the Holocaust,
you're saying the
in
clock.
the Holocaust, you had 150,000.
1945. You know what?
In the Holocaust, you had 150,000 Jews in the Allied forces. Not one Jew with a high enough ranking to bomb the trains to Auschwitz. Hold on. Are you watching and not subscribed? Please consider joining the community. And if you really enjoy the content, support me on Coffee. Every small donation help keep these debates independent. All right, back to the chaos. Not one of them, and this is from Haviv. By the way, if you didn't know what, this is from Haviv. Brother, have you listened to my point right now? Nobody cared about me. I don't care. The Allies, whatever. The British, whatever. We're the only
ones that didn't bomb railroads, dude. They're the ones that let death.
Exactly. Okay, fine. Exactly. So that's why I want my own country to protect me, and they will bomb whoever is gonna come with me.
The world.
For example, Turkey tried to build an airspace in Syria. I don't know if you know this.
Okay.
Because they tried to take over Syria because it's kind of problematic. They're trying to do coalition with them.
The country's kind of falling apart. I wonder why.
So we told Turkey, no, and we bombed that airstrip.
I think that's wrong.
Oh, so you think Turkey can build their own air force in Syria?
I think there's mechanisms that instead of empowering local actors to act unilaterally, right, should resolve this thing by a mechanism that is more modern and ethical.
Modern.
Right?
Let's all live peacefully and kumbaya.
We work towards that, dude. We
did. The Arabs, the Muslims, the Palestinians did not. They go for the hadith. The religion of peace will come when all the Jews will die.
No, they didn't.
The Messiah will come. Sorry, the Messiah.
Very clearly, the Jews can come, but we don't want partition.
Oh, they don't want partition. I'm sorry. I want a partition when you're massacring me in 1929. The Havron massacre between those anything. Why did the Muslim go and massacred 67 to 69 Jews in Hebron?
Okay, the history, if you want to pull out the Wikipedia, is pretty clear that there was rumors that the Jews would be taking over the.
Was those rumors correct?
Eventually, seems like
No, those the anti-Zionists. Those Hebron people were actually anti-Zionists. They were not Zionists.
I know, dude. Trust me.
They
suffered as a result of Zionists. Right?
Okay, so you're trying to justify. You're justifying the Hebron massacre.
Is doing to the Arab sentiment in the region.
You're justifying.
Jewish state.
You're justifying the Hebron massacre.
I'm not justifying.
Yes,
I'm explaining it. You asked me why, and I'm saying because there were rumors that they were going to take up the Holy Mount. Those were the rumors.
So you think it's okay what they did?
No, you're asking me why. I'm explaining to you why. Those are two different things, aren't they? You can ask me, is it okay? Ask me, is it okay what they did?
I know what you're gonna say. No, I don't care.
So
they did it.
You should care.
So if they think that Israel is gonna kill all of them, can they? There are rumors that Israel is gonna take over the entire Arab countries. Can they just kill me and I will not defend myself?
No, dude. No, absolutely not.
Agree. So amazing. So if you think idiotic things in your head and you're applying to them and you're starting massacring us, don't come crying, okay?
All right. Think about this. Think about it this way. All right. When I used to live in Chicago, there was this carved mural on the wall of a bridge there, and it had an American soldier with a big fucking sword sticking out. And on one side of him were women and children that were their clothes were ripped and they were crying and screaming and stuff like that. And on the other side of this American man with a big sword was a Native American coming to attack them, right? And the frieze is called defense, right? Now anybody in a modern perspective can look at that and say ha ha ha, right? Obviously the people defending themselves here were the Native Americans, right? It's not the question is who put these women in this situation.
I understand. You're talking about perspective. You're talking about perspective.
That woman and a child
You're talking about perspective.
It
That's what we're talking about.
100%.
Exactly. Okay. You know what? I'll agree with you. It's perspective.
So the perspective of
my problem is the Arabs never welcomed us here. They did not want to live peacefully with us. Show
They
me one
many
time they
did,
wanted to live
many
peacefully with
did,
us. In
many
1834, Tzfat and Hebron massacre before Zionism. 1517, when the Ottoman came, they also massacred us. Even before that, they massacred Haibar Yahud when Muhammad came started
yes,
in Medina.
it's
Brother,
it's
they
true.
wanted to
It's
kill us
true,
throughout the
but
history of mankind, of Islam.
if you
But
think
yeah.
about it, think about it this way, all right? A Jew lives in Spain today, all right? Now, Spain massacred Jews and kicked them out and expelled them to the tune of numbers
Okay, what's your
beyond
point?
anything any
What's your
Arab did.
point?
What?
I don't think so. Actually, you were
Oh,
pushed to.
dude,
If you talk about the
100%.
hundreds of thousands of that they were pushed out, most of them
They
were
did
pushed out
400
and they
years
died
of
out of
Inquisition.
starvation. They
They
was
did
not
400
okay.
years of Spanish Inquisition. 400 years of Spanish
I'm not
Inquisition.
supporting this.
Okay.
But my question
Okay,
is:
I'm not-
Are Spanish,
That's not how I argue.
are Spanish people today massacring Jews because of their
Well, that's
ethnicity?
the question. Is that Jews have faith that the modern system will protect them in Spain, right? They have
Good luck.
faith that
They had the
humanism,
same
values
faith.
that protect
They
them.
had the same faith in the 1930s in Germany.
That's right. And the question is, do
Thank you.
we stop
you for
having
proving my
faith
point.
in the modern world?
I'm
and
not
just
putting
say,
I'm not putting my faith of my family in other people's hands.
but
I
we
will
expect
protect.
everybody
I'm
to.
reserved in the IDF. If war will break out, I will go. I will risk my life for my family, and yes, also for my country. And if I will fall, I will fall. But
Right.
if this
Yeah.
sanctuary for the Jews will fall, you will
Yes.
still start seeing it throughout the world. And trust me, if Israel will fall,
I don't
you
believe
guys in the West, the so-called protective West, all of you is gonna feel it. It's gonna take time, but you will feel it very
I don't
hardly.
believe that anti-Semitism works that way anymore. we have to have faith, dude. Like I mean, like I'm
Doesn't
also
work
a
like that.
feminist. I'm also a feminist. Do you think I have to
Why am I
believe?
not surprised that you're a feminist?
But exactly, as any person that believes, and a communist, right? Like any person that believes that the world still has progress to make, right? I'm not going to allow myself to settle the score in 1945 and say that's liberation. If I was a black person,
Do
in
you support?
1945,
Do you support DEI
like as an idea that we should,
as
like,
what was implemented in the U.S.?
what was implemented in the U.S. Just so I can.
For
be
example,
clear.
American Airlines
Yeah.
in 2024, 25, I don't remember the date. They had implemented a system of recruiting pilots that 50% of them are white, and the other 50% should be either minority groups or women. Do you think that that's how it should happen? Yes.
If
no?
I think if historically we're looking at a group of people in which there
That's
are
not
qualified.
my
Just
fucking question.
stop. I mean, I don't.
Answer my
I
question.
can't answer one yes or no.
Is it
Go ahead,
okay?
go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's yes or no. Do you think that's a good
Can't
system or
be.
no?
It can't be, dude. I mean, the answer is yes. Do I support it? Yes, but you're gonna not let me explain myself. So what am I supposed to do?
Explain, and then explain. I'll give you the. I'll give
Absolutely
you.
yes later.
Explain.
The reason is this: if you have qualified pilots, you do have them. They exist. They're black. They're female. They do exist. We agree, right? They exist, right? Or no, they can't be pilots.
I'm not saying they don't exist. When did I ever said they don't exist?
We know that they exist, right? We know that they exist, and yet they are underrepresented in that industry. Do I support something that brings their numbers up?
But it's
Yes.
not. But that's not what it
But
is.
you see
That's
what
not
I'm
what it is.
saying? Now, the
If you
mechanism,
have,
see,
if
do
you
I like
have,
the
but if you
mechanism?
have more qualified white pilots, they cannot go in. If they're more qualified than the women and the ethnic group, they cannot go in because there is a quota. And I'll give you now an example for that.
They might have to fly where the black pilots used to fly, which is charter out.
So they will have to
They have to get a
fly
different
with
job.
someone who's with a worse experience. For example, the NBA. Is it predominantly black or white?
The NBA, the
Yes.
Basketball Association, predominantly black.
Yes. Should we have DEI in the NBA? For white.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so let's do. It's gonna be 50% white and 50% black. Would the
No, I mean,
NBA?
no, I'm
would the
not- I'm not
quality?
sure-
Would
no,
the
no.
quality of the NBA will go up or down?
It depends what you mean by the quality, right? Because it could mean that what we assume is NBA sportsmanship is identified within a certain range.
You're
of what we like to
actually
see.
crazy, because the whole
asking
idea that people are getting recruited to the NBA teams is because of their qualifications, not because of their skin color. If you're a good basketball player, you're gonna be fucking picked.
Within a certain kind of idiom of basketball that we like, yes.
With
you know,
fucking
the question.
whoever
You
wins.
can ask the question.
Teams
dude.
wants the best players. Me, when I go on American Airlines, I want the best pilots. Don't care if he's black, a woman, or a white dude. I want the best pilots, and I don't want them to pick a woman because they have quotas for white people.
Yeah,
Do you understand this?
I trust me, dude. I do. Like, I think you're saying like the quality of the flying is gonna noticeably go down. I think that that's questionable, right? I think that's questionable. I think like flying is not as complicated as you think, and I think there's
Flying is not as complicated as you fucking think.
I think these days modern flying is not as complicated.
Brother,
as,
when the automated system is failing, you need to rely on the pilot, and that fucking happens. You know why? Like, I love to fly with El Al. You know who are the pilots in El Al? I think it's, if I'm correct, it's 100% of them. They're all fucking IDF jet fighter pilots.
all
that
the pilots
are
dude.
being
All the
recruited.
pilots are veterans, dude. Like all over. Like, what do you think?
Not in the US. You don't have to be a veteran to go into
No, you don't
to work
have
in
to.
American
No, no.
Airlines.
You certainly don't have to. Like, people get into flying other ways, but it tends to be a place where veterans go, because when you fly as a pilot for the military, like, you come out and that's your skill, right?
And
like,
in Israel, I would not want
terribly
El Al to do a DAI for civilian pilots and IDF pilots. I want them to take the best ones.
I think if there was a system, let's say, where you knew there were qualified civilian pilots, and they were always marginalized and left out of El Al.
So
or whatever
attack
form of
the
business.
system.
Well,
Attack
that's
the
what I'm-
system who
that's
discriminates them.
literally it, dude.
Do not-
question here. Hold on a second. Just stop for 1 second. The question here is, do I like the mechanism? And I think I don't necessarily like the mechanism. What I like is the end goal. And if you could suggest another mechanism, I would probably like that mechanism more. What I don't like is saying that I don't like the mechanism, therefore I don't support the end
Go
goal.
after the companies and not after the fucking individuals. That's my way.
What do you
Go
mean?
after the companies who discriminate. I don't know how.
But they
Develop a system. For all I care, you can only recruit people right now with blind. Like, you also see their resumes and you recruit them blindly. I don't know. I'm sure you can find a way. I'm sure you can find a way to correct it.
When you
do
do that,
not
when you do that,
discriminate the
hiring-
person.
That's right. When you do that, the hiring becomes colorblind, and that works.
Okay, so do
right?
that. So work.
But-
Do that. Do not discriminate people because of their
Perfect.
skin color.
Perfect.
Amazing.
Then
Okay,
we
brother.
have the- we
Appreciate
have
it.
the
This was a good
culture.
one. Okay, bye bye.